It seems like every year we get to the same place, we have the same deficits, but nothing is being fixed.
This time, it's pink slips for 165 Trenton Public School employees and closing the Stokes Early Childhood Center, which services special needs students. It's the second year in a row the financially troubled district has closed a school and laid off staff.
You don't find much free stuff out here, and if you do, it's somewhere like a roughed up neighborhood that you're scared to go to.
Before coming here, I was struggling, stressed out, didn't know what to do, didn't know which way to turn, didn't know where to go. I didn't have nobody.
What inspired me was the crises that I saw us in as a nation and the fear that if we didn't do something about it, it was incomprehensible to me not to respond.
So what does CCFA stand for?
Center for Child and Family Achievement. And we took that because we want to make the family the center of the program. And the child, if you notice on our card, the red star is the kindergartner, who's the rising star in the family. And our goal, of course, is to close the achievement gap.
The achievement gap is the disparity between a child who lives in poverty and a child who lives in middle-class America, and the gap, the disparity between that exists in terms of resources, the quality of their education, the funding of their school. In a school district, Trenton, and from what I understand, and I hope that I made a mistake on this, but someone recently shared that there's 8% of the budget goes to public education.
Many times, a lot of it is family oriented because the average child coming from the city comes to school with about a 20,000 word gap. So, you know, you're not used, it's usually like maybe one answer sentences, yeah, no, okay, as opposed to bring me the red apple. So you're learning colors, you're learning fruit, you're getting all kinds of different skills in one, and just like you asked me to speak in complete sentences. You know, you're getting talked to in complete sentences.
CCFA, what we do here is something unique to anyone else in our country, is that we focus in on the entire family and creating a culture of learning. And we do that in several different ways. We have, you're here in our homework clinic, our headquarters, so to speak. And what occurs here in this room once a week on a Tuesday evening is families come together to say prayer, because we believe that faith, the family, and the future are very important components to transforming the landscape of poverty. And so our families come together and they join hands and have prayer, and after that they have dinner together, and then they enjoy themselves, and then they do homework. And if there's not homework, they do other activities that are learning activities, and we have drumming, and we have special activities that center around self-expression and exploring and learning.
I took my big, and I kind of big sweat up the road.
Oh.
I need one more.
You gotta scratch his back.
No, thanks.
Good guy on
Thanks. I'm gonna pop it.
So what is it
Yeah, ready? Pop the soda. How you gonna pop it?
I started bringing my children to CCFA when the formal Trenton Head Start got closed down. My 3 children, Shamira, Shemaya, and Shakira, were enrolled in the Trenton Head Start program. The Trenton Head Start program closed June 2014, and that's when CCFA mailed me a letter stating that they were opening a tutoring program, and ever since then, me and my children have been enrolled.
Coming into CCFA, my kids was at Head Start. 2 of my boys was at Head Start. One had medical conditions, and the Head Start wasn't providing with the basic needs. So Ms. Wanda helped me get him into a medical daycare along with his brother, based on their medical conditions. Then she was wondering, well, if that's going on, something else must be going on. So when we kind of got together and was talking, and I explained to her what was going on. I have 3 boys that was diagnosed with autism, all back to back at the same time. So it was overwhelming for me, with no help, no supports, nowhere to turn, so I used to call, Miss Wanda was the only person I had. So I called her up, and she said, don't worry about it, I'm going to help you.
That's our key dynamic, the family learning and achieving together. So that's what we do. And we try to create an atmosphere where the book is the central unifier. So we distribute books to children. We invest books. In June of 2016, we will have invested 10,000 books into the lives of children in the city of Trenton. And that has been an amazing journey. July of 2014, we opened our doors as CCFA to pilot this model. And at that time, we had 20 books. And we will have invested 10,000 books. The research says that a child living in poverty in America, that 60% of the children do not own one book. Our mission has been to place books in the hands of children and their parents and inspire them to read to achieve. That's our motto, and that's what energizes our culture of learning here at CCFA is books.
The CCFA provides books for the children at Gregory School. Last year we gave out, I want to say, like over 350 books to the children of Gregory, and we had a festival complete with vendors and tables and giveaways and people that read to the children. We had an illustrator that illustrated with the children. It was wonderful. Thank you, Ms. Wanda.
Thank you. Dr. Holton's on camera later. You can see her later. Okay, these are the books. You got all the boxes? We have some more books. She's getting them. Oh, I'm on a love affair with Gregory Elementary School. I love Gregory Elementary School. Our connection is that as we began to roll out the model for the Center for Child and Family Achievement, we looked at a 4-pronged approach. The 3rd prong would be our school partner, and that's the Gregory School. It's an elementary school based here in Trenton on Rutherford Avenue, and it's a K through 5 school. And those are the critical years. Some of our CCFA children who were with me at Head Start, then they came to me at CCFA, are students at the Gregory School. So we thought it would be an ideal partnership to be able to connect to the Gregory School and provide them with resources and support. And of the 10,000 books that we will have placed in the hands of children in the city of Trenton, I would say about 70% of those books have gone to Gregory School children. So we have with us today a tote bag of books. And we're sharing because this is the Easter season. And Easter season is about sharing, isn't it? Do you know that from the time you're born to the time you're in kindergarten, 5 years old, you're supposed to read 1,000 books?
My sister read about 100 books when she was in 1st grade.
Right. So we need to keep reading, right? That's very good, but we have to keep reading. So every day, what should you be doing?
Reading.
Very good. I didn't hear everyone say, every day I should be
reading.
And we should read how often?
Every single hour of your life.
Every single day of your life.
I think that we use a partnership with the parents. See, a lot of other programs, they isolate the children from the parents. They don't include the parents into the foundation. by having each family group work at these different stations, it's done with the family all together. So you're not breaking anything, you're establishing routines that will become a part of the fabric of the family. And they have been, and they have seen really good demonstrative results. We had one little boy who went from like almost a non-reader to a third grader. And, the first thing they do is they run in and they want to get books and they want to color and they want to do their homework. And, it's seeing the joy of learning. And that's what makes me happy, to see the joy of learning.
What is this? Alligator.
Say it again.
Alligator.
Say it again.
Alligator.
Ask them. What is it?
Alligator.
What is it?
Alligator.
What letter does alligator begin with?
A.
Yay! Yay! What is this?
Astronaut.
Very good. What is this?
A crocodile.
Oh, Lord.
I know, but it begins with the letter A. So it's a...
Alligator.
All right.
An ant, an astronaut, and the alligator.
Okay, very good. Now, do you want to call the astronaut in?
They offered me to be tutored by Ms. Wanda's husband, Mr. Charles. He tutored me, and they pushed myself to go back to college. So, of course, I was going to Writers University. Then I started taking on online courses for Phonics University once I had my daughter. Plus, we did a vision board, and the vision board has brought me a long way because my first thing on my vision board was to buy a 3-bedroom house. Now I can say I have a 3-bedroom house, more than what I expected. A 3-bedroom house with 3 bathrooms, a full-size kitchen, a nice size backyard for the kids to play in, and my laundry room. That's my main goal. And they have pushed me to be more family-wise, because before it was I do one thing, their dad do the other thing. But when the CCFA go on trips, it's like a family thing. The kids going, their dad going, other parents going. So it's helped me, brought me a long way. This is the one.
Oh.
Can you color that, please, so we could go to the next page?
This the one.
Where do you think Sam about to be at next?
In the boat.
In a boat? You think, nope, not the boat yet. Say, in the dark, here in the dark, could you in the dark? I would not, could not in the dark.
That's scary, Ninja.
That's scary. Yeah, he's not even going to be able to see him.
You have to ask yourself, how do you measure success? You measure success when a parent shows up with a child. When they show up and there's an excitement for that child learning, and the parent is able to say, I'm learning something also. And so now both people are in a partnership. It's not just the child and the task of the child learning, but it's the family being fully engaged.
He went through programs, cares, and everything. And they was just pushing him along. He didn't really know much or nothing. But now he knows everything.
Are we a good friend?
Nasir, who was limited mobility for speech, he really didn't talk. Now he's talking in complete sentences. He's getting speech therapy. He's getting help at school. He's reading stories. They told me it was going to take him maybe a couple years just for him to hold a conversation. He has difficulties, but he still holds a conversation. He can explain things to you. He might not understand everything, but he can explain things to you the way he understands it.
They're like a call away. Like I could say, Miss Wanda, I need this. If she don't have it, she's gonna break her neck to go get it. Miss Josie, I need this. If she don't have it, they'll break their neck to come get it. And it's brought me so much faith and so much tears. But if this program ever closed down, I wouldn't know how to explain it to my kids, because it brought us a long way. And I love it.
I just get excited when I see another person, a young person, get excited about learning. And it gives me a, what should I say, it gives me a hope. It gives me hope, a perspective that, you know, I can see this changing. You're changing lives, you're changing the future.
This is a very, very important program. And I just hope they get the funding, the help, more volunteers, more mentors, just to blossom into the big program so they can have a new building, just so people can see that it can be done. Help can come from anywhere. It just took one person and one of their dreams.
For me, the big idea is to inspire a new generation of parents and grandparents, because many of our families are multi-generational, of grandparents who are inspired to learn and achieve together, and where they embrace amazing journeys like the McCarter Theater or the Princeton Children's Book Festival at the Princeton Library, and they're able to hold hands and then come home and eat dinner together and talk about what did they learn and what inspired them and what are they curious about, where they can embrace the American dream as learners and contributors. And I think that's where you're going to see drugs diffused, you're going to see crime decrease, you're going to see people engaged in the culture of participating in the big American experiment. And that's what I think is my deepest desire, is to inspire a new generation, inspire young people like yourselves to understand that we don't live in a hopeless culture, but we live in a culture where there's a lot of hope if we all bring our gifts to the table and invest in a plan that's bigger than ourselves, that's God-inspired. And I believe I know that our work is God-inspired, and He'll supply whatever we need.